Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're going to talk a little bit about basically third-party parts for Sisters of Battle, and there's a specific reason for this. So, Anvil Industries, who make some fantastic third-party conversion pieces and just full models of their own, put up a Kickstarter for, well, some Sisters of Battle alternatives, basically. It's honestly pretty cool. They look good. Called the Daughters of the Burning Rose, and the style is right there. It's pretty much spot on. There's an interesting mix of what I would class as kind of traditional Sisters of Battle, and there's some unlockable stuff that seems a bit more modern, and it takes hints from imagery from, times gone by, things like the Plague Doctor look for a special character, stuff like that. And to be honest, when I saw it, I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, nice. Anvil do good work, and having some sort of actual, alternative in terms of parts, actual conversion pieces for Sisters of Battle, who will be here at some point in 2019, but we're not sure when, surely that's only a good thing. And then I made the mistake of looking at various comments and various threads on different forums and websites and so on, and a lot of what I saw was actually the opposite of that, of people basically saying, what's the point? Why bother? Like, Games Workshop have announced Sisters of Battle. They've announced that they're going to be a thing. Next year, admittedly, but they are going to be a thing. There's also been another Kickstarter recently by Raging Heroes, who do a lot of female models. They are female model focused, basically. And apparently, between Games Workshop and between Raging Heroes, we've got all of the Sisters of Battle stuff we could possibly need. Why would you bother having any more? This is terrible timing, apparently. There's no reason for this. People aren't going to back it. People aren't going to support this project because, well, we've already got everything we need. We don't need any further alternatives. I mean, the fact that this thing has already beaten its goal, I mean, it's got 15 days to go and it's at £29,000 out of 15,000, kind of suggests that they're wrong. But I think the thing that I want to do is kind of, I guess, go a little bit deeper into why I think comments like that and attitudes like that are both incorrect and in some ways a little bit harmful. I'm not talking like I am mortally offended harmful. I'm just talking in terms of the industry as a whole, kind of saying, no, don't do that. We've already got enough. I don't think that's a good attitude to have, because one of the things that I think drives a lot of people for Warhammer 40k, and I think one of the things that makes it so extraordinary when you compare it to other model ranges, is just the sheer ease of customization. It's the fact that you can kit bash it so incredibly easily. I mean, there are so many websites now where you can sit there and think to yourself, okay, I want this specific theme for my Space Marine or Chaos Space Marine chapter. I want them to look this particular way. Do Games Workshop do what I want to do on the scale that I want to do it? Let's have a look. No, they don't. Alright, what do I do? Well, I mean, you can go to Anvil Industries, you can go to Puppets War, you can go to Bits of War, you can go to Spellcraft, you can go to Shapeways, you can go to various little Etsy shops that have popped up. I mean, if you want to have a Imperial Knight Lancer without going to Forge World, you can literally buy the parts to do that with the standard Games Workshop kit. The fact that that choice even exists is something that should be celebrated even by those who aren't interested in kit bashing. And this is the thing. The thing that kind of gets me with this particular Kickstarter and the attitude that I keep seeing from some people towards it. Yes, it is entirely true that Games Workshop have announced Sisters of Battle, and Sisters of Battle will be a thing. And it is true that Raging Heroes have also got a fairly comprehensive Sisters of Battle analogue range. Although, I will say that the Raging Heroes stuff is a little too overtly sexualised for my taste. I've never been interested in Sisters of Battle because look at the curves on those women. That is not the reason that I've ever been interested in that faction. They are interesting for a million reasons that come way before the fact that they have the body of a woman because they are women. That's like that. It's so far down the list of considerations that the Raging Hero stuff to me is. I'm not gonna say it's like harmful or damaging, because I don't think that's my call to make. I'm not going to say that I think it does something like unfavourable towards, you know, the lack of female miniatures in Warhammer 40k or any other game for that matter. Because again, I don't think I can really make that judgment myself. I will say that it is absolutely not for me. That style is absolutely in no way for me. It looks a bit bizarre, and it doesn't look like it fits into the universe at all. I mean, you can argue about disliking like boob plate on the Sisters of Battle, but aside for the Repentia, there's not that much in the way of them running around in the highest heels known to man with their assets stuck out as far as possible. It's not a look that they really go for, and that's the look that the Raging Hero stuff goes for. So, Raging Heroes isn't for me. Sisters of Battle as an army is, but what if I want the options to convert? What if I want more options? What if I want to be able to say, I want this particular character to stand out from the others? I want them to have a different chest plate. I want them to have a different leg pose. What if the backpacks, when they are redone, I don't find them that interesting? What if I want something a bit more gothic? Well, funnily enough, the Kickstarter for Daughters of the Burning Rose from Anvil Industry would have that covered. So why say it's too late? Why say they've missed the boat? Why say that the market is already flooded when it quite clearly is not? I mean, there is no such thing as a flooded market for third-party pieces for Warhammer 40k. I absolutely think that it doesn't matter how many there are, there can always stand to be more, because all of them are slightly different. The stuff that you get from Bits of War don't look the same as the stuff that you get from Wargames Exclusive. The stuff that you get from Anvil Industry don't look the same as the stuff you get from Puppets War. The stuff from Spellcrow doesn't look like any other stuff either. They're all third-party manufacturers for parts that will fit Chaos Space Marines, Orcs, I think even Eldar in a couple of cases as well. And yet, they have their own style, they have their own look, they have their own flavour. And it's exactly the same with this. It's genuinely disheartening to see people look at what can only be described as more options and go, oh, well, they've messed that up. Why bother? We have everything we need now. No, of course you don't. Of course you don't have everything you need. So because Games Workshop is going to release Sisters of Battle in 2019, we no longer need conversion parts for them. Because Games Workshop have announced they're going to do... I mean, you could apply that to any army. Apply that to any army and think about the absurdity of it. Games Workshop have announced that they're going to do a brand new range of Orc models. So everyone should just stop making third-party parts for Orc models. If you've got an idea for a comprehensive kit, like a comprehensive set that will make alternative orcs or offer parts that are alternative to what Games Workshop makes for parts, well, you might as well stop that, because a Games Workshop are going to do it, so no one's going to be interested. No. It's ridiculous. It's so sort of blind and blinkered towards one of the things that makes 40k what it is. One of the best things about this hobby is the sheer the customizability. I don't even know if that's a word. The extent to which you can customize your armies. It's the extent to which you can make something your own. It's the extent to which you can, in some places you can play 40k without fielding a single Games Workshop model. You could go to Victoria Miniatures and you could build your ideal Imperial Guard regiment and not have a single bit of Games Workshop plastic or Forge World resin on the board. You know, if your store allows that, if your local game store allows that, if you've got a pool of friends who play the game and they're not going to get all militant on you because you didn't give Games Workshop the money and instead gave it to a different company instead, then that's something that is absolutely possible, and it's possible because we have these options. This Kickstarter is already going to succeed. I mean, it's already reached its goal, or nearly doubled its goal. So it's clearly been a big success for them. If another one shows up, if you're one of those people who's sitting there going, oh well, Games Workshop says there's going to be stuff, therefore we don't need this, maybe consider the fact that perhaps you don't need to only use Games Workshop. Perhaps consider that having more options for making what you want to make is never a bad thing. Why would you complain about more choice? That's basically what it boils down to. Why would anyone complain about more choice? You shouldn't. Anyway, that was a bit ranty, wasn't it? Anyway, just one of that. Look, you know how much I like kit bashing. That's probably what it is. I just saw it and I was like, who are all these people being wrong? Next time, hopefully, be a bit more positive again. And let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think actually having a nice range of third-party manufacturers for this stuff is good? Are you one of those people who's like, no, we don't need any of that shit? I'd be interested to hear if you are. Does it stem from a lack of experience with kit bashing? Do you not like kit bashing? Do you think that if you see something on the tabletop that is a Games Workshop thing, it should be 100% Games Workshop? Actually, that's be interesting to find out. Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, there's a usual array of shit to click. There's like videos, Patreon, subscribe, all of that shit. Click it if you like. Don't click if you don't want to. And I will see you for the next one. Toodaloo.